getting into the classics. So when I'm doing classics, I honestly don't place it on my hand just because I'm only picking up one. So I just put it on my tray and I just pick it up like that. All right, so getting into the classics, again, with that 1-to-1 ratio, you're literally only picking up one lash extension. So again, I'm going to guide the back of my tweezer to help me to get the one that I want. Kind of like that. And I want this one here in the front. Now, when you're picking up classics, you see how I kind of picked it up a little higher. You don't want to pick them up. You can, honestly, with classics, just because they're one, you can honestly pick them up all the way from the top. And your grip doesn't need to be as strong as like when you pick up a volume. Still a nice medium, still a nice medium grip, but it doesn't have to be as strong. And I would suggest picking up higher than usual. So with our volume, again, we kind of get that nice middle spot, that sweet spot. But when you're doing classics, just to have a firmer grip on it, pick it up a little higher and to give that glue space to rise up. So I picked it up and I'm just going to swipe it through my glue ring. Swipe off any extras. And it's not focused. Okay. So I picked it up and I'm just going to swipe it through my glue ring. Swipe off any extra glue. You know you have too much glue if you start to see beads forming on the lash. Yeah, so that's how you know you have too much glue. You don't ever want it to look like that. That is what we call beads. And when you do have it looking like that, you just want to swipe it off. Just because it's going to be too heavy on that lash and too much glue is not good. Now to place it, we're going to do the same as we do with volume. Again, we have our isolation technique down pat. Again, I like to go on the side or behind. Leave it there for a few seconds. Now with the classics, because they're so flimsy and just one of them, I kind of like to move it into place with my tweezer and let it sit there for a bit before I let go. Perfect. Now we can let go. And that's literally how to apply classics, you guys. It's not the hardest. Some lash techs either hate it or love it. One, they love it because it's literally so easy. You don't have to make fans or anything like that. But again, because this is a 1-to-1 ratio, the fullness of a classic lash really depends on your client's natural lash. With the volume fans, you're kind of able to disguise like how thin or weak the client's natural lash is, because the hairs, the fanning of the lashes are really able to just disguise that and make them fuller than make them fuller than normal. But with classic lashes, because it's literally just that 1-to-1, the fullness of this is mainly dependent upon the client's natural lash. So you want to make sure that you are making that aware to your client. If someone is requesting classic lashes and their natural lashes aren't as full, you want to be able to tell them, hey, maybe we can do a hybrid. Also, another thing too, when you have a classic lash in your tweezer, you want to make sure that it is straight up and down inside of your tweezer. I see a lot of beginners try to pick it up here and place it, or kind of they're having it on the side in their tweezer. You don't want to hold it like this. You want it to be straight up and down inside of your tweezer. Why? Because when you go to place it, let me zoom in. Because when you go to place it, and this is for any lash, classic, hybrid, volume, you want it to match up parallel to that lash. So you see the base where I'm connecting. The base that is connecting to that lash needs to match up parallel to it. And when you are placing it, you're not placing only just the tip. I also see a few beginners that maybe try to go at it. Hold on, let me zoom out. You guys are trying to go at it here with your tweezer, with your tweezer kind of laying flat and you're trying to stick it on there just on that tip. No, you want to parallel your tweezer. You want to kind of hold your tweezer up 90 degree. You want to parallel everything and match it up exactly to that natural lash. You don't want to go in and stick it like that unless the person's lashes are flat and they're laying downward that way. But ultimately, you're going to want to go at it that way. So let me zoom in again just to show you guys. All right, so I'm not going at it like that. You see how that's an issue for me to try to go at it that way? Instead, I'm going to match it up. I'm going to parallel it to that lash. Hold it in place. Perfect. For classics, I'll let you guys watch me do classics and then we'll get into the hybrid. So we have a few classic lashes applied. I've showed you guys how to apply classics. Now we're going to get into hybrid lashes. Now, hybrid lashes are 50% classic and 50% of hybrid narrow fans. So there's a difference in the fans that you're going to create when you're doing hybrid. Let's just say that this is about 50%. I know it's not, but just for the sake of the video, you are going to want 50% of the lashes covered in classic lashes. And I actually like to place my classics first before I start to place my hybrid fans because, again, I want to make sure that it truly gives a very natural